Hello everyone, welcome back to Eclectic Alu. I wanted to make a video about anger because I think it's a very important emotion for all of us, kids and adults. Especially if you're coming out of an abusive relationship, you need to connect with your anger. It's important that you process that. So I started looking at research papers, and the majority of the papers, I'm a bit ticked off and angry myself, because the majority of the papers were about anger management. We counselors have a lot of helpful tips we can give you about anger and how to manage it, how to process it, that's great, okay? There are times when people have really big problems with anger, and that is very important for them to go and seek help that way. But what about the abusive relationships and people that have been through abuse, and children especially that are dealing with a narcissistic parent? And so what happens with those kinds of people? So I looked and I looked and I looked for research on that, and I couldn't find a good paper. I couldn't find up to today any research about how highly narcissistic parents won't validate their children's feelings. They won't allow anger, because that's a way they control them later on in life, and they're training them to not be angry, not be sad, just be a robot there, and don't talk and do whatever it is that I want you to do, and that's it. And so I wanted to let you know, if you are co-parenting with a narcissistic parent, that when you get your kid with you and you are in contact with them, you are the healthy one. You have to tell them and show them what it is to be angry in a good way, what it is to be sad. You have to be sad. You have to be, as a parent, sad, angry, all the emotions. Try to canalize them or guide them, go punch a punching bag or things like that, but you need to show them that it's healthy. One thing that I want to let you know here in this video is that anger is healthy, and it's the healthy way to go. You know, those families where you hear a parent say, oh no, in this family we don't get angry, we never discuss as a couple, or I never yell, or okay, yelling is it's not like I'm saying go yell to your kids, but what I'm saying is you can be angry. Actually, it's a healthy emotion to have. First thing, anger is a secondary emotion, so it's easier to access because it's very primitive emotion. Underneath that anger, there could be the real feeling that brought you to that anger. That could be sadness, that could be resentment, that could be feelings of unworthiness, or that you don't fit in, or that you're perceiving that somebody thinks of you that less than you are, or injustice, or feelings of frustration. So it's important to teach our kids to understand what they feel, and you to understand what you're feeling as well. Anger is a good thing, because I found a research paper that said that anger, the negative emotion, yeah, it's negative if you're lashing out, and always yelling at people and trying to kill people because you're angry. But if you are a normal person, normal within range of normalcy, I don't mean normal like, if you are a person that can manage and mature enough to manage your anger, but I mean, you will be angry and your kids will be angry, and when they get home, it's important for you to tell them it's okay to be angry. And whenever they are angry, it's not nice for the parent, but you have to, you're strong, you're the strong adult, you're the healthy one. You need to show them that it's okay for them to be angry, and you're there and you can take it. Mom won't break because you're angry. Maybe that's what happens with the other narcissistic parent, but in this case, you can be angry, you can be happy, great, but you can be sad. You know, it's important to validate those feelings, because when they are with the other parents, the highly narcissistic parents, they won't be able to express that. So it's nice for you to show them what is the way to behave, and it's fine. Anger is healthy. That's my point. Anger is healthy because if it's not expressed, it turns inward. It can turn into deep depression, sadness, at least, eating disorders, any kind of disorders that you can imagine. Anger can provoke those. And so that's why I'm saying it's important for everybody, you and your kids, to express it, and you have to deal with your kids' anger. It's your duty as a parent. End of story. So the narcissistic parent won't do that, you know, won't take it. Not only will ignore that, they won't validate it for sure, but they can even ridicule the kid for being angry. So it's important that when they are with you, they get this message. It's okay to be angry, okay? We'll deal with those anger management things, you know, that's for adults that won't mature and deal with their anger in an appropriate way. The thing is, I found everything about anger management, and I was very angry. I have my punching bag right there waiting for me, so don't worry about me. But it's amazing how everything is about anger management. What about the people that are righteous anger because they're being abused? It's important to express anger. So, healthy home, there's anger, there's fights sometimes, like verbal fighting, like discussions, and it's important to have respect and all that. You don't have the right to be violent, please. I'm not saying that. You won't hit anybody, you won't break things, you don't, do those sorts of things, but you have the right to be angry. That's what I'm saying, okay? It is your job as a parent to validate that and to deal with that and to take it. You have to be strong to take it. If you have a kid, you have to do that. That's all. So anger could be very, very dangerous if it's not expressed, because it can turn into eating disorders, it can turn into suicidal thoughts, into sadness, into deep depression. It can also turn into a physiological thing where you start having somatize and have bodily reactions, like physical reactions, pains and illnesses and all that. So it's important for us as parents, and if you are the other parent, the healthy one, and you're co-parenting with a highly narcissistic parent, please pay attention to that. Validate your kids' feelings and give them sort of an outlet to that, help them process them and all that. You have to, pay close attention to that. And so I couldn't find a good research paper about this and how narcissistic parents won't validate their kids' feelings. And so I'm very angry at that, because that's not good. We have a lot of work to do. This is for counselors. Please look at the causes of the anger first, okay? Pay attention and honor the client. Maybe they are angry because they have a reason to be angry, okay? So please, counselors, pay attention to that. One other thing that I wanted to say is, if you haven't read this book by George Simon, please read it. And if you read it and you don't get angry, I dare you not to get angry. Understanding manipulative personalities. This book has all the manipulative tactics and techniques passive-aggressive people do, and there's nothing that gets me more than a passive-aggressive person. At least the anger person is just honest and right, in your face. The passive-aggressive one is, they will come up with different things. They come up from the background and they will appear to be good people and then they're not. And then the gaslighting and the pity ploys and the victim mentality and all that. Oh, yeah, that's so. When a kid is angry, respect that. As a parent, you need to explore that, and let them be angry. It's okay. Nobody dies from that, you know. I think that's it for today. I'm going to deal with my anger now, and I will see you in my next one. Bye. Thank you for watching.